at this time, I'd like to have the honor of bringing forward our very first speaker of this day, the benefits of signing a mutual contract, so that you don't just understand what is in it for you and for me, what is the percentage, what is the terms and condition, right? All of these things are important, so we need to educate ourselves as boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please, Mr. Ade Thompson, John, please kindly step forward for your delivery. That will take just about 15 minutes, I think. A round of applause as he comes forward. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Good afternoon, everyone. I am happy to see old faces. And I'm also happy to make new friends. My name is Ade Thompson, John. And I don't think I can be closer to this program than I am right now. It gives me great pleasure to be here. And why we are here is for serious business. And please take some words seriously. If you can find a pen and paper, as we used to do it, please do it. But I'm sure you can, they will project for us. And then please follow. If you have questions, note them. I'll be willing to answer any question. And after this gathering, if you still need to talk about it, I am available. I can give you my number and you can call me. Fellow speakers, good afternoon. I have been given a tough task, that is to set the ball rolling. But we are starting from a very good place. You need to know what you are doing. My MC has done a very good job. Please, a round of applause for him. He's made the job so very easy for me. I could go home and say, this paper is presented, and I'll be paid. You know why? He's done everything that we need to do. So if you can have the projection, I'll start without further ado. So every word in today's topic is very, very important. And it's the benefits of signing a mutual contract. The benefits, we all know what benefits is, so I'm not going to spend time on that. But I am amazed by whatever knowledge, whatever inspiration came up with this title. And I want to say thank you for doing so, because you have taught me a couple of things. First off, I thought contracts will be always mutual. I mean, you can't have, but I've been proven wrong. And these are the things you have to know. You have to learn it. Mutual contract. When we say mutual, it means it affects you, it affects all other parties in the contract. So, a mutual contract will just mean that you are not the only one involved. So like they did to Sheyi, if they say you should come and sign something and you do not know what is written there, please tell them to hold on. You are ready, you are willing to sign, you are happy to sign, but please don't go ahead and sign what you have not read or what you do not understand. So what is it? Contracts involve mutual obligations. Contract is not just come and take money. That is what all of us want to do. Contract is not only just, okay, it's benefits for me. I'll be traveling, I'll be flying by air, I'll be riding, I'll be a big boy all of a sudden, I'll be a star all of a sudden. It involves what your own duties are. So you need to understand what they have asked you to do before you go ahead and sign. And say, no, I didn't know you are going to ask me to do this. Ask our brother here. That sometimes you will take a script, you will read the script, you will know the script. And when you get to say, they say, this is how you interpret the script. Start saying, no, I didn't sign for that. I didn't sign to come and die in this film. And that's just using a simple, there are other things that could happen. So please know what you are expected to do. But the more important thing is that the other side of the party, the other side of the agreement, of the benefit, of the mutuality, also have, ladies and gentlemen, please let's rise and give a round of applause for our key speaker. You're welcome, sir. And I just say, that is what we call You sabi waka. Because now we have just taken the covering the first page of what we're talking about. And here we're talking about mutual contract, the benefits of signing one. And I'm addressing boxers mainly, but I'm addressing everyone in this room. Whatever you are into, whatever relationship you are into, I want to posit that there is a kind of contract that you are into. If you have a girlfriend, you are in contract with the girlfriend. It may not be signed, it may not be written. So there is something that we call oral or unwritten contract, which will bring me to the next slide. What is a contract? Okay, so let's just come to this. Thank you. Okay, so please go back. I need to highlight all of this. Okay, so these highlights that I've put here, please make sure that when you are signing the contract, they are at least there. Do you understand? The contract must be legal. If you are asked to do something that is illegal, there is no amount of contracting that covers you. If it is illegal, it is not a contract. It cannot stand as a contract. There's got to be an offer. What does an offer mean? It means that someone is offering you something, and there's got to be you two willing to accept that offer. But between the offer and the acceptance of offer, there's a lot that you need to do, and it's called negotiation. Negotiate whatever is put in front of you, not because you want to take advantage of the other person, but because you need to look through and see that it fits what you want to do. So that 3 months later down the line, you don't come back and say, no, you guys are not paying me enough. Negotiate and get the best you can get out of the offer. But while negotiating, remember that whatever you are getting must be commensurate with what you are willing to give. That is also important. There is the acceptance of the offer. It is when you have accepted the offer that we can now say, okay, there's paper on the table for us to sign. What is the consideration? Consideration will be talking about what comes to you as you sign the contract. What do you expect to gain? Considerations will be benefits. What are the benefits that will come to me if I sign this? Again, the word shows up, mutual. Mutual means both of us or all the parties involved. You have to be represented and you have to assent it. Assent here will be signing the contract. So once you have affixed your signature, please don't allow anybody to sign on your behalf. Even if you cannot sign your name, don't print. But this day and age, you guys, please come. I'm sure you'll be able to sign the littlest of signatures. Let it be there. Let it represent you. And in this day and age of technology, every contract can be turned into a blockchain contract. That means it is enforceable and it's unbreakable. Nobody can change a word of that contract without your acceptance. So, sir, Mr. Chairman, I am challenging you that we should turn each of the contracts that we will be signing to a blockchain document, and it is easy to do. Then the legality of purpose. We came back to that legal thing again, because a contract, lawyers will tell you immediately, it's important. A contract is a legal document. However, even if it is unwritten, I can tell you that it is impossible. Hello? Even if it is unwritten, I'll tell you for free that it is impossible. So if you have a girlfriend and you have been with that, sorry I'm using that, but that's the age most of us are in this room. The age of girlfriend. I don't want to talk to married people. So if you have a girlfriend and you have been with that girlfriend for over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and you kept promising, you will get married, you will get married, and suddenly you blow. I now think that that girl is not in the category of people you want to go out with. And you think, oh, to London here, it's a lie. Are you listening? It's a lie. You can be sued for breach of contract. Yes, it is breach of contract. And when you get to court, you say, we didn't sign any contract. They will tell you that you promised her and you'll be with her for so number of years. And these things, you can check them up. You can Google is your friend. Go look them up. They are enforceable laws, and they can bounce back or not. So there are written and unwritten contracts. Please go to the next page. All of these are the kinds of contracts you are likely to come across in your career as an athlete, or some of them. There is the unilateral contract, which makes what we are discussing about right now very important. Unilateral means one-sided. Once there is a one-sided contract, it is slavery. Hello? A one-sided contract is slavery, even if you willingly step into it. Because it will tell you all the things you need to do, but it may not say one thing that you get in return for what you are doing. And if there is any other name for that, apart from slavery, please you will teach me the English. So don't go into slavery. Make sure there is no unilateral contract that has been pre-signed in your name, and it will be enforceable by that person, but only that person will be getting the benefits. So please don't go there. Then there is express contracts. I just spoke about one now, boyfriend, girlfriend. Married people, you see that when they marry, they give them certificate. That certificate is their contract. Even if you have done it in the traditional way, guess what? They will call people from the husband's side, they will call people from the wife's side, and they will say, are you guys here when these guys are getting married? You are witnesses. It has been established that there is a contract. So contract may be expressed between father and children, for instance. There is a contract that you brought them to the world, and you have to be responsible for their upbringing. Unwritten, but it is expressed. When you wake up, when you start collecting salary from anywhere, even if they have not asked you to do anything, my dear, you're in contract already. You better know what kind of contracts you get into before you get into it. Implied contracts, executed contracts are contracts that have been done, and they may still be enforceable. I'll tell you how. If you sign a contract that is that opens you up to some protected intellectual properties. If, for instance, I have a script, again, I'm using that so very copiously because of our big brother that is here. If you have a script, you have written a script, and you want to now go ahead, you are not ready to shoot, or you don't have money yet, you don't have producer, you don't have executive producer that will put the money down. Somebody now sees the thing and quickly says, okay, I like this idea, I'll go and use it because they can do what they want. So they go ahead, use the script. Guess what? If your script is not protected, it will be hard, but you can enforce it. You can ensure that the execution of that thing without your assent be brought to book, and you will get something out of it. But the big thing is, why we are asking for you to get this contract the right way is that some of these things are hard to do. Very, very hard to do. So to make it easy, before you get into it, get a contract. And in doing so, sometimes there's something called NDA, non-disclosure agreement. It's a form of contract before you get started. Okay, we are going to disclose this thing to you, but you cannot tell anybody else. And once you sign it, that thing is binding on you. Sometimes you are involved in a thing that will last for a long time. And they, like I said, they've shown you the intellectual property. And you now work for 3 months and you say you are going to start the same thing because you have seen all of their secrets. The executed contract is job done, but it can still exist beyond that. Because part of the contract, if they are wise, you would have signed, will say you cannot do this business or be involved in this kind of business for so number of years. So before you sign, you better know what will continue to live after the execution of that contract. The executory contract, some of them are obligations yet to be performed. So you have signed a contract, 2 months later you say, I don't like this contract again. They have liabilities, they have recompense. You cannot just walk away from it contract and think you will go free. Next page, please. Okay, so these are other types of contracts. What this means to us is that there are a lot of other types of contracts, and it will be in our interest to get to know which one we are in or what part of it we are in right now. Next page. Okay, so benefits, because I think that's what all of us want to hear. Benefits. We like the reward, but there's no reward where there is no responsibility. Please, I need for you to know that. There is no reward where there is no responsibility. Your responsibility, the value you are bringing into that contract, is what entitles you to the benefits of the contract. So even though you are living in your father's house, and he has a responsibility to feed you, to clothe you, to send you to school, you also have responsibilities to your father. And until that is done and done very well, you may be denied some of your own responsibilities. So, what are the benefits? A contract helps you to have clear expectations. Clear expectations. It is spelled out. Don't worry that they will write some of these things in English that you have never heard before. You have a right to also say, please interpret it for me. Or write it in a form that I can understand. There are English words that can explain everything. So let the lawyers use their big grammar, or you insist that, please tell me in a way that I can understand what's going on. Clear expectations, what you are supposed to do, what you are supposed to get in return, how they are supposed to help you promote and to progress in your career, and how you are supposed to help them promote their business. Because if that business does not continue, your own growth in the career is also stifled. So it's both ways. It gives you stability and security. Stability in the sense that for all the time you are covered under that contract, you have stability. You don't have to look for another job. You do not have to look for another source to provide those things that the contract is ready to give you. It is different from somebody knowing that you are a boxer and they have come to call you Saturday morning, please come and box in the evening. And you go there, you box, because they have promised to pay you 10,000 or 3,000, 5,000. Here's the thing. What if you get injured? What if you finish fighting and they refuse to pay you? If they refuse to pay you, what are you going to do? You know, eventually they would ask you, what contract did you sign? So, but what will give you stability and security is that signed contract. So that's one of the benefits. Please, let's go. Professional growth. At the stage where you are right now, what should occupy your mind is, how do I grow my career? How do I grow my profession? Anything you will be earning now, I'm telling you, is just to keep your body and soul together and make you a living soul. So do not look at what you are going to earn now, but ensure that there is growth included in the contract you are signing. If somebody tells you to sign a warm bath contract, please think again. They do not have good plans for you. But if you have a length of time that is amenable to both parties, then go ahead and look at it and look at the growth that is included and protected by the contract. Legal protection. I know that most of us sitting here, if you have not received it, you are recognized as a member of the Yucateco ecosystem. So even if you are not a staff of Yucateco, you have the legal right to carry a card that says, I am a boxer in this league. And that gives you legal protection, especially when they are catching people who are loafers. You are protected, but that is not the only protection. If you read through, you will see all other protections that you have here. And then they are backed because you belong to a contract. Next. Next page, please. Okay. So structured structured progression. This is also that it helps you. I want to use someone as an example. It's someone we all know, Messi. And I'm using football. I'll use a lot of boxing too. But we all know Messi's story, or we know Messi. Let me tell you a bit of Messi's story. Messi was, I hope, taking on account, not on the account of the star he would become. When Barcelona signed Messi on, it was for the help he could get from Barcelona. Even though Barcelona saw talent in Messi, but nobody knew Messi could grow to become what he became. So there's a risk factor on both sides of signing a contract. Where are you signing that contract? If Messi had belongs to another club, he may not have the things he achieved with Barcelona, and that was why it's hard for him. So when it was time to break that contract with Barcelona, he didn't almost want to go, because there was nothing else he wanted to go to. That place had become a home for him. But when he was moving again, and this is where contracts are important. Look at the kind of contract Messi signed with Inter Miami. If you look at it, that man just did himself a world of good. He made sure that his future is protected. And by doing that, he guaranteed himself beyond his playing days. So these are some of the things you can get from having a signed contract, a mutual contract, structured progression, access to resources for training, for improving yourself, and then please, let's keep to the next page. Networking opportunities like you have today. There are some people that you may not be able to stop on the road that are in this hall with you today. It is because of the podium and platform you belong to, whether you have signed a contract or not. Financial benefits, of course, is the naira kobo. It's also important, but like I said, what value are you bringing on? That will determine what you get. And next page. Your focus, the focus should be on your career growth, your athletic growth, and career longevity. Let me just tell you a little bit about career longevity. Sports is one of those areas where you know that you can have at least 2 careers, at least 2. The first one as an athlete, and the other one as anything else you want to be. Please clap for sports.